Hello everybody, I'm here to do a review this evening about my replacement Vmax. It comes from All About Vapors, and I bought the original one, and like most people it had issues. One of the videos I was doing, it kind of quit working right. It would work, then it wouldn't work, and so I called them, and she said they had a second run, and it got rid of the issues with the switch, and it's a lot more stable. It's a variable voltage device. We've all seen plenty of the other videos. There's lots out there on the functions. I'm not going to go into all that a lot. You can't see the. Wonder if I hold up a pair of sunglasses, if that would make it. No, that don't help either, does it? Helps a little. Maybe if I got some darker sunglasses, I could show the stuff. Well, you can see it. See, it's set. Okay, cool. The functions, you press it so many times. I don't remember. I just press it real fast and see voltage up. Press it, then set it to your voltage that you want. Let it go off 2 seconds, then voltage up. Number 2 is voltage down. Number 3 is on and off. Number 4 is a voltage check. 8.2 volts in the batteries. Fresh set of batteries. Number 5 is the display functions. There's a DO, that's atomizer voltage at the atomizer coming out. It's basically the same thing. It's the same voltage as you got on your battery, or your voltage selection, as I've noticed. Then it has a DU, which I think is supposed to be a DV, which means the battery voltage. So that's kind of in there twice for some reason, and or maybe that's the battery voltage under load. Probably a difference. And a DR reads the atomizer resistance. There's 3 subsettings to that section. And then you also, when you get it, it comes in a little box. I like the box. It's the right size box. It's not some big giant gift box. And the gift box are cool looking and nice, but kind of unnecessary and adds a little price to it. This is just a plain Jane little box. It's nice to ship it in. It's foam and insert, so it's protected well. It has a little ribbon so you can get to the instructions that are in the bottom. You get a comprehensive, well set of instructions. No complaints there. This second run, let's see it. It's made out of aluminum. The other one was made out of copper or bronze. It's a little bit lighter. The threads on the battery cap, they seem to be pretty decent threads. That first one, they were a little sticky. So you can see it's all silver inside there. It's no longer copper or bronze color. A little bit lighter. The finish, they didn't have any of the black ones. I liked it better, but this was better function, so definitely got to have that. It defaults once you take the batteries out to 3. Let's see, I just took the batteries out. Let's put it up to, let's set the voltage. Let's go up to, we're going to say 4.4. Alright. The only defect I can find in it, as far as the finish, is right here on the threads. It threads up just a little bit crooked. See, right in here, it has a nice smooth transition, and then as I turn it, you can see it gets just a little bit of a gap in it, hairline crack. It's not bad, but it's there and it's noticeable, so we'll talk about it. how's it vape? Vapes well. It seems like the other one, it vaped a lot harder than or higher than what you had it set on, and I don't seem to notice that with this. That's a little bit too high for that. So, well, maybe this one does hit a little bit harder. Let's go back down. Let's go to 3. That was pretty harsh for that one. Big throat hit. Clear it out. Yeah, that seems to be a little better. I had that at 4.4 and I put it down to 3.7. I usually run this atomizer tank on my Kick Legacy, and it runs at about 4.9 or something like that. So I guess I was running a little bit high, but just a little bit of difference. So let's got a new toy here. Got a little oscilloscope, so let's hook it up to that. Let's see, I got a hold of Brett over at Texas Select Vapors, and he took a battery extension and hooked some wires up to it for me and put some alligator clips on it. Oh, that's another thing. The other one had some overspray on the drip cup and or juice well, and this one doesn't seem to have that issue. And the finish, it's silver, obviously, a little bit satiny, and it has a clear coat over the top of it. I kind of like the feeling of it. Has a good feeling to it. And let's get this all hooked up. Okay. Let's give it a deal here. I'll get a wave going and we'll hold it. Okay, I had it on. There's the duty cycle, and as you can see, it's on a little more than it's off. And let's look at some numbers here. It was set at, and the voltage ain't coming up. Let me put a, yeah, it's set at 3.7 volts. All right, so can you see the numbers? Not so well. It had, I'll just read them to you. Voltage peak to peak was 10.3 volts. And then the DC volts was 3.52. So I had it set at 3.7, I believe. So that's right in the, let's check it. That's right in what I had it set at. So yeah, 3.7, 3.52, just a little bit off. That's not bad at all. Let's go ahead and unhold it, and let's turn the voltage up a little more. Okay, let's run it up to, let's just go up to 5 volts. Okay, we're gonna do a test there. There's the duty cycle at 5 volts, and you can see it's, look at that long square there, it's on a lot longer than it's off. It uses pulse wave technology, and our voltage peak to peak 9.7, and we had 4.8 volts. It's DC volts putting out, so that's pretty darn close. That's decent for what it's doing. Okay, let's run it up to 6 volts and see what happens. Something. All right. There, we got it at 6 volts. Okay, we'll go in there. There's what it looks like at 6 volts. Same thing, it's on a lot longer than it's off. Let's see, it says it's putting out 5.6 DC volts and 7.84 peak to peak volts. And now let's go back and reset the voltage and do some vaping on there and see what happens. So let's put on a high voltage cartomizer here and see what it does with that. Okay, I don't want to vape that at 6 volts for sure. So let's go up to, I like this one about 5.5. Let's try that. Vapes pretty well. I like that. Let's see what we're doing on under load here. Okay. There's the wave. It seems to, you notice it kind of had some curves to it. And under load, it's a lot more square. The wave is. Let's see, the duty cycle. It's 5 volts, so it's definitely on a lot longer than it's off. It's doing the pulse, and it's kind of like, I guess, water. You turn your faucet on, it runs faster and you get more volume. It's the same thing. It takes the voltage, the 8 volts, and then it turns it on and off real fast, and that gives you depending on whether on longer or off longer, that gives you different voltage. And we had 4.72 volts. And I had it set at 5.4, so it's dropping a little bit there. Not reading quite what I set it at. So there's with the high voltage. And now let's go to the opposite end and go with a low resistance dual coil. And let's just see how much it drops it. It's going to be kind of yucky, but we'll do it at that high end, or see if it gives us an error code or anything. Very yucky. Okay. Now, as you can see there, the volts didn't go up quite as high that time. It definitely dropped it down some, and it says it ran at peak to peak 6.8 volts, or 0.8, and then DC voltage is 4.16 volts. So if you want to vape dual coils at a real high temperature, it doesn't do it as well as just something that doesn't have a limit protection on it, but it definitely gives you that yucky flavor if that's what you're going for. So knock yourself out. Okay, let's go to voltage down. Set this at, let's see, I had that, I liked it at 3.7 we said. Okay, let's go ahead and clear that out here. All right. Now, as you can see, the wave has changed, so it's off longer than it's on. So that's what it's supposed to be doing. And then our peak to peak voltage was 6.16 volts, and under load we had 2.88. So it does drop a little bit on the voltage, but not much. I paid $128 for this. I bought it right when it came out. Had to have it right then and there because it was something new and something cool. You can find them cheaper on the internet. That first one was kind of a gave them a bad review. I'd seen another guy had one go down on his review, and mine messed up on the review I was doing, so wasn't that good of a device. The very first one, but as I understand it, that was a beta tester, so they were selling us something that wasn't the finished product, and it came back to bite them, I guess. But this one, like I said, the only cosmetic was that little tiny gap in the battery cap, and that may be device to device that may not have that. I don't know, but I can live with that. That's no big deal. It does sit on there solid. It screws in good and solid. You don't have to worry about it slipping out or anything. The battery life is okay. If you use out all day, I would take an extra set of batteries with you. It uses two 18350 batteries, or are they 16350s? I can't remember. Let's take a look and see. It uses 18350s. Okay. So many different kinds of batteries, I forget what they all are. Let's set the voltage back up. If you can just do it by one press, or you can hold it and it cycles through pretty quick. It does it automatically, which is a pretty nice feature. You don't have to just keep the turn switching it on and off, except when you go past the voltage you desired because you're busy talking. Okay, let's see. Darn it. Okay, 3.7. That's what we said I liked. Okay. You can find them different sites, cheaper for sure. You get the two batteries with this when you buy it. And one thing I can say about All About Vapors is they, when I called them, they no questions asked. They knew there was an issue. I sent the other one in. They sent the other one. It was back fairly quick. No complaints whatsoever about the service from the vendor. So if you want a little backup support, I would say go with them guys. Other vendors, I don't know if you buy it from them, if you'll have the same kind of backup support. So take your chances. Most vendors are pretty good though. And that's my review of the second run of the Vmax. It's a worthwhile mod if you're interested in this. Go ahead and get it. Don't be scared from that first run issues. That those problems are resolved. And everybody, keep on vaping.